Hello everyone, welcome back to the 20 Dolph channel, and this is the 2010 Jeep Wrangler Sport. And what I'm going to be doing in this video is doing a complete overview of this car, so driving it, what's under the bonnet, everything else about this car you're going to see in this video. So let's get into it. Let's start off at the front of the Jeep Wrangler here, where of course you have this very distinctive Jeep front grille. You also have this cladding at the side, of course, because it is sitting quite wide. There is a safari snorkel put onto this beautiful vehicle here, so that is good. Yeah, look, it's just distinctively a Jeep. You see this coming and you go, oh yep, that's a Jeep. It looks like a Jeep. There's nothing else to really comment. This particular car does have some modifications, including a lift kit and other bits and pieces like that, so there is stuff going on underneath that is not factory. But yes, overall, yeah, front looks like a Jeep. There you go. Moving around to the side of the Jeep Wrangler, of course it is very boxy and still, again, yet very Jeep-like. You do have a Sport and Wrangler sticker at the side there. Of course, it being American, they are a little bit too stingy to put actual badges on it. So we do get stickers. That is fine. One thing I do really like about it is the door handles. They've got a very nice, satisfying feel to them. It's like budget G-Wagon kind of satisfying. I should probably stop doing that. You do have this rear canopy section thing, which I believe is actually probably maybe removable. I don't know. It looks like it's removable. So there you go. You have your little fuel cap here. Woohoo! Yeah, and also the plastic cladding over the side here. Yeah, overall looks like a Jeep. You also have the door hinges on the outside of the door. Very much designed to kind of be removed, because why would you want doors? You have these very square, boxy-like mirrors. The whole car is, of course, very, very boxy. It's funny. It's a very kind of known thing, very well-known joke that a cow is actually more aerodynamic than a Jeep. So there you go. Moving down to the wheels. So of course these are not your standard wheels. They do come from factory on 17-inch wheels, but these are 17-inch KMC wheels. And I actually think they suit the car pretty well. And these very, very meaty tires as well. Plenty of grip for all of those off-road adventures. Very, very good. Yeah. That's pretty much it for the side. Let's move around to the rear. So moving around to the rear of the Jeep Wrangler here, you do have, of course, the spare tire mounted on the back with this Jeep wheel cover as well that my aunt and uncle have placed on this vehicle. So there you go. Just in case enough people didn't recognize it was a Jeep from the way it looked. Need to let them know, sort of thing. Again, we have that very satisfying door handle here for the boot, or whatever they call that section of the car. You do have a little brake light thing up there, little wiper. Very, very good. Side mounted number plate, of course. Got mud flaps as well. Yeah, I mean, it is a rear to a vehicle. It sort of just looks like a square from the back, but yeah, there you have it. Give it a little start up. You can hear how it sounds. It does have a standard exhaust setup. So yeah, we'll give it a start up. There you go. That is what you expect from a V6. It sounds like a regular V6. I think what we should do now is go ahead and pop the bonnet, which is such a strenuous task on a Jeep. So under the bonnet of the Jeep Wrangler, we have the 3.8 litre naturally aspirated V6, ripped straight out of a Chrysler minivan. The engine produces 150 kilowatts of power and 320 newton meters of torque. To be honest, you can't really feel any of that. The car does weigh quite a bit, and also given the shape, it doesn't really like to move. It's very comfortable being stationary. So yeah, no, the engine, I mean, it's there. It powers the car. It is a Chrysler Group or Dodge Chrysler, whatever group product. So reliability, it's probably quite questionable. This is, of course, my aunt and uncle's car, and to my knowledge, they actually haven't had too many dramas with it. I feel like if you stay on top of the maintenance, you're probably going to be all right. Is that a distributor? There is no way this thing has it. It's 2010. How does it have a distributor? Surely that's not. Am I saying this right? I don't know. It's fine. Yeah. So there you go. There's the engine there in all its glory. Yeah, it's an engine. Go ahead and check out the interior of this Jeep Wrangler. The doors don't keep themselves open, which is incredibly annoying if you do park it on a hill. Have a nice little side step here, so it makes it pretty easy to hop into. But to greet us, we have this, I believe it's a rubber steering wheel. It is a very, very basic looking steering wheel. Of course, you do have this addition that my uncle has made to it to wirelessly control the head unit. So very, very useful little thing to have. The steering wheel, it's very big. It's like a truck steering wheel. It also doesn't look that great, and it's not all that comfortable to hold, to be honest. It's a very industrial feeling steering wheel. So there you go. The indicators are, in my opinion, quite honestly infuriating. It's like the tolerance for turning on the indicator is so small. Like the smallest turn back in the opposite direction will set it back to standard. It's annoying. And it's also quite weird, but there you go. That is that. Instrument cluster up here. We do have a little displays down the bottom there, as well as all your other little info. It is a fairly standard display here, but that is all well and good. You do have some speakers dotted around the interior. The sound system is okay. It's acceptable. Obviously not the best thing in the world, but it is not the worst thing I have ever heard. So that is fine. You do, of course, sit very, very high up driving position. Visibility is there. There is a bit of a blind spot around that little corner there, but that is all well and fine. Yeah. Other than that, of course, very plastic, very rugged. Yeah, no, it's a very American feeling American car. There you go. You do also have your window switches in the center here. So that is that. What is old mate doing? Why is old mate attempting a... Why go right there? Is Blood seriously about to try to turn around the car? That is so unnecessary. Why bother? Now, moving to the center here, we do have this aftermarket infotainment system, which actually does work pretty well. Very, very well indeed. We of course have the microphone there. Yeah, like I said, window switches in the center here. This whole plasticky panel, which you can see is moving around a little bit. Physical aircon controls, everything like that. Power outlet. Buttons down there. Little storage bin here. You got your low range, high range, 4-wheel drive selector lever thing here. That's fine. I don't really play around with it. It is a 6-speed manual, this particular car, and the shifter, I think my uncle was saying it was ripped out of like a Chrysler van or something. And you can definitely kind of tell it has a very van-like feel to it. You've got to shift from Brisbane to Sydney in order to get from first to second, so that is quite funny. It's got this little rubbery protector thing. Ooh. Yeah, it's a transmission. It makes the car drive. That's that. Handbrake here feels pretty sturdy, although yeah, Jeep handbrakes are never really the best. So there you go. You got little cup holders here. Woohoo! Little storage bin here, little armrest. It's actually very nicely placed. I do quite like that. Rear seating position, actually not awful, even behind my driving position. It's not terrible. It's just a pain in the ass to get in. But that is fine. That is completely okay. Yeah, don't go around expecting the most luxury driving experience of all time. It is, of course, a very rugged and off-road focused vehicle. You do also have a little grab handle up here too, which is pretty cool. But having said all that, I think it is only fair we go ahead and take this thing for a drive. Here we are in the Jeep Wrangler. So, let's go ahead and start it up. You do have to put your foot on the clutch to start it. That is fine. This car does have an intermittent ABS fault at the moment too, so it may or may not decide to appear during this little drive we are going on. So, as you can quite obviously tell, my head is touching this little net that has been put in place. This is fine. We can live with it. It's not the end of the world. So let's go ahead and drive along. And first off, I will comment on just how non-existent the steering is. I feel like if Bluetooth steering was a thing, this would be a very primary contender. It honestly feels like the steering wheel doesn't actually control which direction the front wheels go. It very honestly just goes, you want to steer that way? That's too bad. I felt like going this way. And the car kind of does whatever it wants to do in regards to which direction it's traveling. So, apparently that is just a Jeep thing. So, learn to live with it or shut up, pretty much. Heading onto the main road in the Jeep Wrangler here. So, of course, we are in Brisbane at the moment, so this is not my usual test route. It is also not the kind of route that I would have liked to test this car on, because it is not primarily designed to be a road car. It is, of course, intended to be travelling off-road, which my aunt and uncle have taken it off-road to various locations before, so it has gotten some intended use out of it, which is good. We like to see it. We love to see it, in fact. But yeah, driving it along, obviously, like I said, the steering, like, look at it. Ooh, I'll be driving it in a straight line, dead straight line, and we'll probably end up over there. If I let go of the steering, it's like, it doesn't really know which way it wants to travel, which is, it's okay. It's okay. I do want to test out this 3.8 litre V6 though, so let's drop a couple of gears. When you get it high up in the revs, it does move. Granted, not very fast. It sort of feels like driving a fridge. I don't know. It's a very bizarre driving concept. Obviously, coming from someone who drives German performance cars pretty much for a living, going into something like this, which is the polar opposite, it feels quite strange. And I'm not sure it's the kind of recipe I would personally mix together for a car that I would buy. However, I do see the appeal of it. In terms of off-road vehicles, like, you can't really go wrong with a Jeep. The people who love them, the people who hate them. I'm sort of on that like middle ground. I can't tell if I like it or if I don't like it, to be completely blunt about it. I don't know, it just feels indirect. It feels very indirect. I like cars that feel very planted, and you tell it where to go, and it's like a good bitch. It kind of just puts up with it, sort of thing. In this, it pretty much has a mind of its own. It sort of wants to do its own thing, whatever it wants. But that is okay. That is okay. Like I said, it goes not very quickly, but it moves. So it does the thing that a car is meant to do. And yeah, I mean, fuel economy wise, don't even ask the question. Like my uncle said today, if you're asking, you can't afford it, sort of thing. But here we are in the little roundabout. It is a very floppy car. Very, very floppy car. But this is okay. Like I said, this car is not designed to go around the Nürburgring faster than a Porsche 918. Like, this is a very, very off-roady type car, and I really wish I could take it on an off-road trail to test that out, but obviously I cannot. We are in suburban Brisbane, so that is fine. But like, I have to make constant adjustments to the steering just to make sure I'm still traveling in a straight line. So I think that's quite funny. Yeah. And also, this, for some reason, the shifter rattles. I don't even know. I've never been in a car where the shifter is rattling. Like, look at the doing on that. That's crazy. Madness that is. Yeah. Look, actually, to be fair, the more I've driven it, the more I've actually enjoyed driving it. It's bizarre, because this is not a car that I would buy, personally. Like I said, I can see the appeal of it. Not a car I'd personally find myself behind the wheel of on a day-to-day basis. But, yeah, I do have a little soft spot for it, I can't lie. I am definitely growing to like it a bit. So that is fine. But the real question is, should you buy one? Well, it very much depends on your standpoint. What do you want the car for? Are you actually going to use it for its intended purpose? Or is it going to be one of those things where you're very, very passionate about it, and then you get the car and it goes off-road twice in its life, sort of thing? If you're genuinely passionate about taking it off-road, go for it. But I feel like the day-to-day compromises are just not worthwhile if you were to just simply buy this car and daily it. I don't know, unless you're after the image of buying and driving a Jeep. But yeah, that's pretty much my hot take on it. Yeah, look, overall, my opinion is neutral about this car. I really don't have an opinion on it. If you want it, go buy it. If you don't want it, don't buy it. It's very simple. So yeah. Oh, I've just ticked over to 142,000 Ks. How good. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for the video, and I will catch you in the next one.